John, all through the season, you have, I guess, clung to the one game at a time philosophy, flatlining, winning, losing, doesn't matter. How much is that helping you now through Game 3, through Game 4, and now into Game 5? So you just keep it right where it's been.
That's what we have to do. Whether it helps us or not, you'll have to ask the players, but I think it's the only way we can do it.
The fact that you went through again, the ups and downs of the regular season with that, so it's not something you're trying to push on them now.
No.
Has got to be something that's helping through these last several.
We're good. We're ready to play. We're good with our mindset. We're ready to play.
You talked before the series about how important Zedlak was to you. You bring him back. You add a couple other guys at Calvert. You make a couple roster or a couple of insertions into the lineup. How important were those four guys that hadn't played previously to your efforts in Game 4?
Well, it was good to get Calvi back in after being suspended. He's a big part of our a lot of different things we do with the team. The two defensemen I thought that came in played really well. You're in your fourth game. I think you get some fresh legs. I thought Nudie gave us some offense. I thought Q gave us some jam and a little bit of experience in the back end on a young D. And Zedzy's a guy that I said right from the get-go that I think has had a really good year for us. Played really well in the American League last year. Went through the 4 rounds. And it allows me to do a lot of different things with my lines. Good penalty killer, good face-off guy. That showed in the game. So they were good additions for us.
John, when you had the lead pretty late in the game, you went to more of a 1-2-2 kind of configuration. Looked like
no, we didn't, Stag.
You didn't?
You wanted my lineup when the first time you talked to me. You wanted to hear about my penalty kill in the second time. Now you're telling me how we're forechecking.
Well, it looked like you were a little bit more of a defensive posture once you had the lead.
I think you get it. I'll let you answer that. I'll answer the question. Finish it.
No, I just wonder what your philosophy is there about when to go to that. You know, like as opposed to just continuing to.
Yeah, we try not to. Seriously, I think it's a human nature. When you have a lead and the clock's ticking down, you get a little bit of you're not on your toes as much. Certainly. When you're protecting the lead, 3 or 4 minutes left, you still want to stay in your forechecking mode. But if it's iffy and you really don't think you have a really good opportunity, I think that's when you fall back into it and just try to stop at the speed of this team through the neutral zone. Whole different scenario when you're in the first period. You're taking chances. You're trying to create just to try to get some momentum. So, yeah, it's not so much saying we're going to a 1-2-2. But I think the players realize we tell them just make sure you're smart as far as when to go now. So I think that's what happens a little bit.
John, two quick questions. One, any lineup the same tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Jones's ability, he's had so many different partners here due to injuries the last like 2 or 3 weeks. Yet he still seems to give you good play every night. Can any defenseman do that, or is there something about him that allows him to keep rotating in and keep playing well?
He's a really good player. I mean, he has taken huge steps this year from when we got him last year. I just don't buy into overthinking familiarity with your partner. I think sooner or later you just gotta have to play. Him and Z have been together all year long, basically. Savvy and Jack. It's nice to have that. There are certain moments in the game, and there's just certain tendencies with one another. Yeah, you fall back in that, but you have to figure out a way, no matter who's playing with you, in a 60-minute hockey game, to find a way to get it done, because it's not always perfect as far as the people you're playing with. So I don't think it's that hard. I just think Jonesy's that good.
John, we certainly asked you enough questions when you weren't scoring goals. You've had 9 in the last 2 games. Are they creating more opportunities, or are they simply finishing on the opportunities that are there?
I think we have finished more. Other than Game 3, I think we had opportunities. I think we had the puck. I mean, I look at the numbers. I'm not a big number guy, but I do look at puck possession, end zone, defensive zone. After 4 games, both teams, it's basically almost dead even as far as where that's at. I think Pitt has had a little bit better quality, more quality than us, but we've had chances. I just think we're beginning to finish a little bit. We stuck with it on the 5th goal. Sarter's banging away, and Jen stays in the blue. We find a way to score a goal there in the blue. Those things have come about more than it was at the beginning of the series.
Back again. I'm not in Columbus, so I don't know, what the talk has been, if there's been any external or internal pressure on Bobrovsky, just based on his playoff record over the years. Can it help him, having won that game, moving forward, if he needs any help? Can that be a springboard for him?
Well, I don't think I'm not thinking springboard for Bob. As I said yesterday, Bob's had a hell of a year. I think he, in the last game there, the second goal, he'd want back. But I thought he was outstanding after that. The 3 or 4 minutes left in that second period when Pitt turned it up, I thought Bob was fantastic. Third period, he was solid. I am, as I said yesterday to the guys when we met, that I know there's a little bit of chatter out there about Bob. He's a hell of a goalie. He is the backbone of our team. We don't have a sniff as far as where we are as a team if it doesn't start with him. So we are very comfortable going into this situation tonight, another elimination game, that he's going to be our goalie.
Coach, you kind of hinted that sometimes shots, chances, they tell different stories. Why do you think that is?
Well, that's a question. That's so general. I don't know how to answer that. I think that I don't know how to answer it. I'm not a big. I think you want to get in the analytic discussion. Is that what you're asking, or?
I guess how do you define a scoring chance? I know Coach Sullivan's talked about that.
Oh, that's for me and you to sit off his side, and we can talk about it. Not for here, but there are a lot of different things. There are a lot of definitions different coaches have on different things. We're trying to play, and I think it's very important in this game here to remember who you are, believe in yourself, and believe in your concept. And I think that's really important when you're facing these type of situations. Another game for us, if we don't win, we're done. So to go back to your question, as far as numbers, scoring chances, we're trying to defend the best way we can, trying to keep them out of quality scoring areas. And I think we all know where most of the quality scoring areas are. And we're trying to get to the other areas. I think we've been a little bit more consistent in getting to areas. I think the last game we were pretty consistent keeping them away from where they were in the game 3. I mean, they were just there too much. So that's the winning and losing is how you defend and keep people away from those areas, and how you can get to those areas and capitalizing when you get there.